Well, if you are a homeowner and have been considering getting a home warranty, you need to get an Earl's Home Warranty. They're the only West Texas-based home warranty company right here in Lubbock, so no 800 numbers. You just get in touch with Earl's right here in Lubbock. The technician will be in an Earl's uniform and driving an Earl's fully wrapped truck, which you have probably seen around Lubbock. So if you're looking for one of these home warranties, really interesting. They cover a lot of the things in a home. If you are a homeowner, you know there's always something breaking or going out. Now, coverage is provided for the systems and appliances in your home, which might initially have been covered by manufacturer's or builder's warranty, but are no longer covered. So while homeowners insurance covers many systems and appliances in the event of a disaster like tornado, fire, that kind of stuff, the Earl's Home Warranty Plan will help cover repairs or replacements of many system components and appliances in the event of malfunctions or breakdowns due to normal wear and tear. So get in touch with Earl's Home Warranty right now, and they'll have the technician come out, take a look at the systems in your home, and then find the best plan for you. They have 2 different plans to choose from to protect your biggest investment, your home. That is Earl's Home Warranty. It is a local home warranty, and you can get more information, get the phone number and so forth at callearls.com/Lubbock. That's callearls.com/Lubbock.
Jeff Mudflap and the Gang, presented by Bolton Oil Center.
96.3 KLLL.
Hey, y'all, it's Luke Bryan.
Scott McCreary, Keith Evans, 96.3 KLLL. Here's what you missed on Jeff Mudflap and the Gang.
All right, so here's what happened. So, yeah, there's cleaning crews. It's near Aurora, Colorado, which is outside of Denver. So they were scrambling, thank you, to clean up a huge mess when a truck spilled eggs all over I-70.
That had to be messy.
They said it happened shortly after midnight on Monday morning. The driver of a semi had swerved to avoid hitting a vehicle, which had suddenly stopped right there in I-70, which is horribly dangerous. Anyways, veered off the highway and struck a pole. The trailer cracked open and hundreds of cases of eggs spilled out. And the driver of the truck suffered minor injuries. The spill kept a portion of the highway closed, except for over 6 hours, while crews worked to clean up the mess and tow away the truck. But all those eggs, man, if you were driving down I-70 and there was some of the cartons that, survived, and you could have picked up some free eggs.
I know.
And these days, I mean, eggs has been one of our biggest issues in our entire country. We've freaked out more about the cost of eggs than almost anything. They're coming down, though, I think. They're still, I guess, maybe more expensive than they were at some point, but everything is. But they are coming down some, yeah.
Yeah, avocados are going up.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. How much? Yeah, I haven't bought any in the last couple of weeks. Well, actually, no, we did get some for our party. We did buy some, actually. And I say we, I mean Kathy. So, yeah.
Yeah.
How much?
One avocado, large Haas avocado, was $5.
What? For one avocado?
One avocado. So
the
guess
big ones or the little ones?
The big ones. So guess who did not buy an avocado?
Wow.
Who, you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't need it that bad.
I love avocados. It's one of my favorite things. But yeah.
I
hopefully.
couldn't do that because normally, I think the most I've ever seen one large avocado has been $2.99, and that was I would not pay $5 for one.
You know what that means? It means every time you go to a restaurant when they serve guacamole, you're going to get a bigger pile of lettuce.
Yes. Yeah. I usually ask them to hold the lettuce because I don't like lettuce mixed up in my guacamole.
And what I hate is, and I get why they do it, they're trying to make it look like a bigger pile of avocado or of guacamole. And so I get it, dressing the plate and doing all that. But I would rather get the tinier portion of guacamole with no lettuce and just, it is what it is. Because there's nothing worse than trying to dip your chip into that. And you get that iceberg lettuce starts getting all stuck on it. You got to pull it out. It's just, boy, as long as we're complaining about stuff, that is one of my least favorite things in life right there.
Totally dislike that, especially, whenever you order nachos and then in the middle of it they put, shredded lettuce and all that. Warm items are not meant to have lettuce on them.
Yeah, because it gets wilty.
It gets wilty and yucky, and I just don't like the texture of it. And, an iceberg head of lettuce, which used to be like 89.99 cents, is now $2. So don't waste the iceberg lettuce as just filler.
Right, yeah, that's true. Okay, see, I haven't bought we go to the grocery store. My least favorite section in the grocery store is the produce section.
Oh, but
it's
I thought
because
you liked all the melons.
well, there's some nice melons. Yeah, very much so. Yes, I know thank you. That's what I always say. My wife hates me for that too. She's always like, "Shut up! Don't say that." You ever do that? I go every time I go into the produce section. Oh, nice melons. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! I'm a guy, I'm still a guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's my least favorite section, and the reason is because I feel like we can go to the grocery store and spend, if we spend 45 minutes there, I feel like 43 of it is in the produce section. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, what else? Because Kathy doesn't like opening the little bags, and so I'm good at opening the little bags.
Oh, yeah.
And so we always go there, and I'm like, all right, how many bags? She'll go, I don't know, 10 probably. So I start. I pull them off. I open them. I put them in the basket. I just keep doing that. She keeps filling them up. I'm not even paying attention to what she's buying. My job is just open the bag, throw it in the thing. Open the bag, throw it in the thing. And she fills them up.
Throw in the thing.
Every time. I can do 10, but then we need 11. So I get one more. Okay, is that it? I think I'm going to need one more. All right, here's 12. All right, there's that one. And I feel like it's all of our time is in the produce section, and I'm just like, let's get to the good stuff, man.
So instead of the bag lady, you're the bag guy.
I am. The bag man.
The bag man.
That's right. That's who I am. I have a special skill. We all specialize.
Yes.
Do you use the little green little tie things, or do you just put them in a knot?
I put them in a knot.
Yeah, see, I try to. That's part of my job too, is to get the little green tie things, and do that. Sometimes they don't have those, though. They're out sometimes, so you do have to tie it in a knot. But I don't. I just twist it like I, swirl it around so it twists, and then I put it in the basket. And then Kathy's always like, you can't just do that. So she'll pick it up and she'll tie the knot. I'm like, all right.
And it's not just a knot. I'll tie a knot, but have a loop, pull a loop out. So it's not a knot. So it's easier to undo once you get home.
Well, you're always a step extra there. That's crazy. You actually take the time to do that.
I put a loop inside the knot, so it's easier to undo.
Man, how are you untying your shoes? Do you have some kind of special thing on that, too?
It's the bunny ears. No.
Mudflap, he's the puzzle look. Bunny ears? What?
What?
You ever learn to tie your shoes?
No.
That whole thing about the bunny runs.
I think his mother invented Velcro because he couldn't learn how to tie a shoe.
Turn it up. Wake the fun up with Jeff Mudflap and the gang.
Hey! Turn it up. Jeff, Mudflap, and the gang, featuring Colleen. 96.3 KLLL.
Hey, it's Jeff Scott, and if you're looking to do some remodeling around your home, remember Raider Flooring. They do an excellent job of flooring, but they can also help you out with a remodel of a bathroom or a kitchen, maybe some new kitchen cabinets, whatever you've got in mind. Mike and his team at Raider Flooring can help you out. In fact, right now they're having their Clear the Warehouse blowout sale to make room. Tile as low as $1 a square foot. Can you believe that? Carpet and luxury vinyl up to 60% off. Also, right now, their Freedom to Floor sale, $76 off every $500 you spend all month long. Think of the America's birthday, 1776. So, yeah, $76 off every $500 you spend all month long. Free carpet tear out with any vinyl or hardwood purchase. Give your floors freedom as well, right? Okay, so if you're looking to do something new around the house like that, just that fresh new look, get with Raider Flooring. Their showroom is on 50th, just off Utica, or at RaiderFlooring.com.
From the Dollar Western Wear Studio, this is Lubbock's country leader and home of Jeff, Mudflap, and the gang. KLLL. This is KLLL.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Happy birthday, America. 96.3 KLLL.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. No Jose does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
96.3. This is KLLL. Jeff Mudflap and the Gang.
96.3 KLLL.
What you missed on Jeff Mudflap and the Gang.
But there's a lot of things you have to know before going into surgery. I mean, like,
You think?
like washing up. You know, you don't think of going in the. You know, I'm in there in the locker room.
You don't think about washing up?
No, not at all. No, I'm kidding. When you like you're in the locker room and you're in there with all the doctors, you know, and you're getting dressed, like, hey, how's it going? You know, and they're getting ready for surgery, and then, oh, doing good, you know, and then you go in there, and then they got this big, you know, like a 3-tub. I remember a 3. You know, just a big sink with three things in it. You know?
It was an actual sink.
Yeah, it was an actual sink.
You're getting in there bathing. Wow.
Was,
What kind of hospital was it?
Are
Was
you
this in a
sure
third
this-
world country?
Are you sure it was heart surgery and not spline surgery?
You sure you weren't at the YMCA?
Let me finish. So anyway, so you start scrubbing, you know, and you start scrubbing your body, you know, and I guess I probably need to scrub, you know. No one told me to scrub, you know. I mean, it wasn't one of those things that you learn, like, you know, like, hey, you need to scrub, you know. And so I'm just scrubbing there with the doctors, you know, like you know, the soap and everything, you know. So I start scrubbing, and so anyway, and so then you go into the so the doctor comes out. And he doesn't touch. He's like he's got his hands spread apart. Like I don't know how to.
No, it's like they have them raised.
Yeah.
We've all seen the movie.
Yeah,
where
like
they
you've
walk
seen the movie.
in.
Back
Okay,
to
the
Grey's Anatomy or
reason
something.
for that is they're coming. The nurses are already ready for them. Okay, to come in and you slip your arms and hands through the jacket. Okay, so and they don't want to touch anything. They want to be sterile when they come in.
Right.
So I didn't know all this. You know, so anyway, one of my first ones, the doctor's like, hey, can you tie this for me in the back, you know? I was like, sure, buddy. I whacked him on the shoulder of the suit that he's wearing. He's like, no! And you're not supposed to touch them.
Right.
You're supposed to be, you know, sterile. You can't touch them. So he has to go.
Well, he did ask you.
Yeah, he did.
Right.
But you're touching the little strings in the back. I touched his whole robe that he was wearing, not his robe, but you know his
back,
his cloth or whatever he was, you know, the thing that he puts
was wearing
on.
a cloth.
Well, you know that thing that the doctors, you know, they put their hands through.
Yeah, I'm not convinced you were in the hospital. I think you're in some guy's apartment.
Anyway, so he had to go back, wash himself, and then he gets all scrubbed up, and then he comes back in, and he's like, "Don't touch me, just touch the string," you know. So
Not the first
I was
time
like,
you heard that,
so I was like, "I'm so sorry, my bad, buddy," you know. And so I'm tying him up, you know, and just
You're doing what?
well, tying the thing in the back, you know. So and you got to tie it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. And so
So there I was tying him up.
Okay. This is not my romance novel. Yes, Colleen.
Big Mark wants to know, what hospital was this so I make sure I don't go there?
It wasn't here.
No, it was in Gwinnett County.
It was
in
Georgia.
Yeah, it was in Georgia.
Okay.
And I think it was, I don't know the name. I know it was the hospital in Gwinnett County, if you look it up. But I don't know I don't know the name of it. I can't remember, I mean, we actually
Big
had
Bob's Hospital.
I mean, here's the scoop.
No insurance needed.
No insurance.
Or special training.
I mean, I actually had a siren on my car. That's how. And you had a little light, and you put it on top of your car, and so the police would always question it. Like, why is he wearing? Why does he have a siren? And they would always, follow like okay, so you wouldn't speed. You can't speed, so you follow all the rules just like everybody else, but you have a siren on there and lights, I'm like kind of like a secret car, kind of like what Sheriff Rowe pulled up, he had one of those secret little cars when he arrested me. Anyway, so we put this lights on, so they would follow us to make sure that we were legit. And they'd follow us all the way to the hospital, and usually they'd walk us in, too. They'd be like, yeah, we've got a Mercy gun wound over here. We're cell savers. Yes, okay, all right, cool.
You're a what?
Cell
We're called
savers.
cell
Blood
savers.
cells.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So-
Thank you, Colleen. Very nice.
And but
Again,
anyway.
I have an appointment next week for my brain doctor to find out why I can interpret Mudflap.
But anyway, yeah, so it was all really interesting. I mean, I saw everything. I mean, I saw what did I see? Well, obviously I saw the heart surgery. I saw, what was those aneurysms? I saw aneurysms. I saw, we did prostates. I saw knee surgeries. I saw hip surgeries. I saw everything. I mean, and boy, you talk about a shocker. I mean, I was like, wow. I'm in surgery. Holy cow. Wow.
Turn it up. Wake the fun up with Jeff Mudflap and the gang. Waking up with the Bolton Oil Center, Jeff Mudflap and the Gang Morning Show.
So good. On KLLL.
KLLL South Plains weather.
Weather brought to you by Fred Loya Insurance. Well, thunderstorms this afternoon, following a period of some morning rain here all over the area. But high temperatures, not too bad today. 75. For 4th of July, it's looking like it's going to be about 95, so it's going to warm up back again. But today, a little rain and 75. What do you say we do some birthdays? How about William Wall, Marcus Sharp, David Leva, Kisha Chambers, Tiffany Williams, Leanne Foreman, Heather Bigham, Terry Bailey, Kinley Phillips, Lindsey Brown, Jacinia Adiama. I don't like me pronouncing that name. Wow. Rusty Blackstop, Jessica Russell, Elizabeth Nutt, Carrie Kimball, Melva Flornell, Kelly Tabor, and Jerry Vance. Happy birthday.
Here's what you missed on Jeff Mudflap and the Gang.
Have you seen this thing that's on? It's mainly on like Twitter or X. This debate going on about can 100 unarmed men take down a single gorilla in a fight? Have y'all seen this?
No.
Oh man,
I don't think so.
Gorilla anyway.
No, I don't think so.
It's crazy, isn't it? But this has been, I've seen this for the last 5 days probably, where people are debating this. People are asking AI, asking Grok, and I've read detailed grok accounts of what would happen with 100 unarmed men trying to fight a gorilla. Gorillas are like mean,
I'm telling you.
very strong, fast.
When you go to Africa and they take you out in the wild and they take you there, so when you're going around the gorillas, you never look at them in the eye, especially the big guy. I mean, the one that's ahead, you just kind of bow your head like this, and you don't show any. And if they rush you, you don't do anything because they're just trying to. So they try to go a little crazy on you. So you just everything. You basically just try to be very calm.
This is good. Peggy said men nowadays have no chance. Yeah, there are so many guys these days, these young guys that just, not necessarily around here, but just our country basically is populated with like man bun guys. They have no chance against a gorilla. But let's just say you just got 100 hand-picked guys that you thought you're going to go into battle with unarmed to fight a gorilla. And you think, 100, you can overwhelm it. But when you read, somebody asked Grok about this, so Grok puts down a detailed account of how probably it would go. And you start thinking about it, even 100 guys, you got this gorilla and you've got him encircled. And you've got all these guys, and everybody just tries, the first guy in is going to be obliterated. So you would have to go, everybody would have to kind of rush in there. But this gorilla is going to now feel cornered, and it's so strong and fast, it's just throwing people. It would be mass chaos. The other guy seeing it would be like, I don't think I want any of that. Right. I mean, it would be chaos. A lot of guys would die right off the bat, according to this account.
Yes.
Anyway, it's just crazy. Why this even became a thing, I have no idea. I don't know where it came from. Maybe somebody does, but I've seen it all over the place now. It's like everybody's worried about, 100 unarmed men can't take a gorilla in a fight. Are we expecting a big gorilla attack or something?
Right.
I don't know. You're right. Is that the next big thing? Maybe. I don't know.
Could be.
But it is kind of fun to think about. Just when you start thinking, man, I don't know, what would the strategy be? Would you rush it all at once and just try to overwhelm it? Or would you just send in, the initial guys to try to, distract it, and then more guys come in from behind and then just pounce on it and just try to. But man, I think it'd be, it wouldn't be good for the people, probably.
No.
All right.
No.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll never know the real answer to that. So
yeah, I hope they don't trap a gorilla like that.
Turn it up. Wake the fun up with Jeff Mudflap and the gang. 86.3 KLLL Lubbock.
Jeff, Mudflap, and the gang.
96.3 KLLL. Red, white, and blue through and through.
Come on.
KLLL. You ready? Here's what you missed on Jeff Mudflap and the gang.
Hey, by the way, I did. I made some pizzas yesterday. Pat has inspired me to get because I've got a Green Mountain Grill pellet grill, right? And I have the pizza oven attachment for it, and it's really awesome. So you can heat your grill up to 350 with this pizza oven attachment, and the temperature in the pizza oven will get up to about 800 degrees.
And that's what you need.
Yes,
it's hot, very hot.
And you put it in there for 3 to 5 minutes.
Yep.
And man, it cooks up the crust and everything. So did this yesterday. The one thing that I got to figure out.
Invite. Wow. We invited you to our house for pizza, but okay, good to know.
Jeff, you weren't supposed to say that when we had that last night.
All right, tell me about the pizza. Tell us about the pizza.
Okay, so the reason I didn't invite anybody wasn't because
you hadn't perfected it yet.
I'm not good at it. Pat, your brother, is amazing at it. I mean, he's the gold standard of pizza
Jeff, I didn't
in the
think
grill.
It was that bad.
Shh, I told you not to say anything. No, he was not there. I promise he wasn't there. Stop it.
Okay.
Why do you want to be that way? See, now I'm really in trouble. I didn't do anything. No.
Oh, no, Colleen, I wasn't there. I wasn't even close to the action.
All right, I'm going to turn your microphone off.
Y'all
Stop it. He was not there. Anyway, listen.
I wasn't, Colleen. I wasn't.
What I'm trying to say here, if you'll just give me a chance.
Too late.
Okay. Oh, man.
No,
Golly.
just teasing.
No,
but
I didn't invite anybody over. because
No.
I haven't perfected things yet. Pat is the gold standard of pizza. He really is.
It took years to perfect it.
Right. And so I just, but it made me think, you know what? I need to get that pizza oven thing out again. So yesterday afternoon,
we
got
had a
there.
little hard time screwing that in right there.
Will you stop it? Will you stop it? Anyway, so I get my grill all cleaned up and everything. Find the pizza thing. You have to put that down in. It's got a pizza stone and all the stuff. And you stop it. I'm going to turn the
I
microphone
did
off.
not say anything.
Okay, now Jesse said he was there. You invited Jesse?
Oh, come on, y'all. Oh, my gosh. Anyway.
It's okay. I see how it is.
Okay, the reason I'm talking about this is because I'm trying
Tell us
to.
about your pizza.
Well, I'm trying to say that Pat's really good at what he does because there's a lot of nuances about it that, like when you put you get the pizza peel, which is the big old giant spatula thing, right?
Yep.
And so you put the pizza on that and you will put it in the oven, but you've got to put the cornmeal on the pizza peel. Otherwise, it won't slide off in there, and then you're sitting there trying to get stuck on the pizza peel a little bit, so you can't. So I used the Big Dave. Jeff Pizza wasn't bad. Okay, Big Dave. Yeah, everybody was there, Colleen. But I put cornmeal on there to start with, but it wasn't enough, and so it still kind of got stuck. So I took it back in the house, pulled up both edges, put a whole bunch more cornmeal underneath it, and then it did. When I went back, it slid right off and went into the pizza oven. So I learned one thing right there. You need quite a bit of cornmeal, really. You can go go big on that.
I know that's one of the things that my brother uses because he had to make sure, hey, y'all got cornmeal? I'm like, yes. And I looked in the cupboard. We didn't. So I told Michael, we're going to need some cornmeal.
Yeah, so I did that, but I figured out you got to go pretty generous on it for that pizza to slide in, okay? So that I learned that. The one thing that I got to get with Pat about and figure out, though, is because once you do that and you got all that cornmeal in there and it's such a high temperature, the cornmeal that's underneath that pizza will burn, like it turns black, and it'll get on the crust.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't understand, how are you supposed to not have that happen?
I felt like everybody liked it, though. I mean, I felt like everybody was like really eating it up, though. I mean, the black crust didn't really hit.
Okay,
much
I've about had enough of you. Okay, stop it. Colleen's going to start throwing punches here in a minute.
Yeah, Ruben's even chiming in.
Yeah. Y'all are going to get me in trouble. Why does everybody like getting me in trouble? I love you people.
I guess next time you should add my brother to the invite list so he can help you.
Listen, I've been sincere here. I mean,
what else did you learn?
Coming to your house and eating the pizza and having such a wonderful time, it inspired me to think, you know what? I need to get my pizza oven out and learn how to be better about that and learn how to do that. And so that's what I was trying to do, and it was pretty good overall.
Did you put olives on your pizza?
I didn't actually, not ironically enough, but I do like olives, obviously. So, but what I need to figure out is how do you go about not having that cornmeal burn on the pizza stone where it adheres to the crust, and then it almost gives a burned feeling to the bottom of the crust?
But does it taste burnt?
Well, a little bit,
really?
Yeah. And so I was just like, okay, I don't understand how to make that, because it wasn't burnt, but it's that cornmeal underneath there that has the problem. So.
Carl says, "Hey Jeff, I think I left my jacket at your house."
y'all need to stop this.
Wake up! Hear the Jeff Mudflap and the Gang podcast on the new Sonic KLLL mobile app. Jeff Mudflap and the Gang, presented by Bolton Oil Center.
96.3 KLLL.
Here's what you missed on Jeff Mudflap and the Gang.
Are we going to talk about this thing with Brad Paisley? Do you want to talk about that or not? Or should we talk about that somewhere else?
Let's just talk about that, not in the dirty laundry, because I've got a few other things.
You said that was great mom experience right there. That was really good. It's like, hey, can we go? Mom, can we go to the zoo? Well, why don't we just do some other things today? Why don't we have some other fun?
There's all kinds of
such
fun
a
out
great
there.
motherly way of saying that right there. I will just say it right here then. This is the crazy story. I don't know if you've heard about this or not, but so Brad Paisley, is a great guitar player, and he plays his guitar. He has a Fender Telecaster that he plays, and it's got that Paisley pattern on it. So this whole thing, it's so bizarre. So I'm trying to think where to start on this. I've got a friend. His name's Alan Cross, and I worked with this guy in radio in Oklahoma City, and just one of the coolest people I've ever known. And we've kept in touch all these years. And he's a guitar player. He collects guitars, and he's got a bunch of really cool vintage guitars. And he's also a collector of silk ties from like the 40s.
Okay.
Interesting, right? So, but that's one of the things we always, me being a radio and microphone collector and all, and he was into guitars, and so we actually had a little